Zechariah chapter 10. Pray to God for rain. It's time for the spring rain. To God, the rainmaker, spring thunderstorm maker, maker of grain and barley. Store-bought gods babble gibberish. Religious experts spout rubbish. They pontificate hot air. Their prescriptions are nothing but smoke. And so the people wander like lost sheep, or lost sheep without a shepherd. I'm furious with the so-called shepherds. They're worse than billy goats, and I'll treat them like goats. God of the angel armies will step in and take care of his flock, the people of Judah. He'll revive their spirits, make them proud to be on God's side. God will use them in his work of rebuilding, using them as foundations and pillars. Use them as stools and instruments. Use them to oversee his work. They'll be a workforce to be proud of. Working as one, their heads held high, striding through swamps and mud. Courageous and vigorous, because God is with them. Undeterred by the world's thugs. I'll put muscle in the people of Judah. I'll save the people of Joseph. I know their pain, and will make them good as new. They'll get a fresh start as if nothing had ever happened. And why? Because I am their very own God. I'll do what needs to be done for them. The people of Ephraim will be famous, their lives brimming with joy. Their children will get in on it too. Oh, let them feel blessed by God. I'll whistle and they'll all come running. I've set them free. Oh, how they'll flourish. Even though I scattered them to the far corners of earth, they'll remember me in the faraway places. They'll keep the story alive in their children, and they will come back. I'll bring them back from the Egyptian west, and round them up from the Assyrian east. I'll bring them back to sweet Gilead, back to leafy Lebanon. Every square foot of land will be marked by homecoming. They'll sail through troubled seas, brush aside brash ocean waves. Roaring rivers will turn to a trickle. Gaudy Assyria will be stripped bare. Bully Egypt exposed as a fraud. But my people, oh, I'll make them strong. God strong, and they'll live my way. God says so. Zechariah chapter 11. Open your borders to the immigrants, proud Lebanon. Your sentinel trees will burn. Weep, great pine trees, mourn, you sister cedars. Your towering trees are cordwood. Weep, Bashan, oak trees. Your thick forest is now a field of stumps. Do you hear the wailing of shepherds? They've lost everything they once owned. Do you hear the outrage of the lions? The mighty jungle of the Jordan is wasted. Make room for the returning exiles. God commanded me, shepherd the sheep that are soon to be slaughtered. The people who buy them will butcher them for quick and easy money. What's worse, they'll get away with it. The people who sell them will say, lucky me, God's on my side. I've got it made. They have shepherds who couldn't care less about them. God's decree. I'm washing my hands of the people of this land. From now on, they're all on their own. It's dog eat dog. Survival of the fittest. And every person for themselves. Don't look for help from me. So I took over from the crass, money-grubbing owners, and shepherded the sheep marked for slaughter. I got myself 2 shepherd staffs, named one Lovely and the other Harmony. Then I went to work shepherding the sheep. Within a month, I got rid of the corrupt shepherds. I got tired of putting up with them, and they couldn't stand me. And then I got tired of the sheep and said, I've had it with you. No more shepherding from me. If you die, you die. If you're attacked, you're attacked. Whoever survives can eat what's left. Then I took the staff named Lovely and broke it across my knee, breaking the beautiful covenant I had made with all the peoples. In one stroke, both staff and covenant were broken. The money-hungry owners saw me do it and knew God was behind it. Then I addressed them. Pay me what you think I'm worth. They paid me an insulting sum, counting out 30 silver coins. God told me, throw it in the poor box. This stingy wage was all they thought of me and my work. So I took the 30 silver coins and threw them into the poor box in God's temple. Then I broke the other staff, Harmony, across my knee, breaking the family ties between Judah and Israel. God then said, dress up like a stupid shepherd. I'm going to install just such a shepherd in this land, a shepherd indifferent to victims, who ignores the lost, abandons the injured, and disdains decent citizens. He'll only be in it for what he can get out of it, using and abusing any and all. Doom to you, useless shepherd, walking off and leaving the sheep. A curse on your arm, a curse on your right eye. Your arm will hang limp and useless. Your right eye will go stone blind. Zechariah chapter 12. War Bulletin. God's message concerning Israel. God's decree, the very God who threw the skies into space, set earth on a firm foundation, and breathed his own life into men and women. Watch for this. I'm about to turn Jerusalem into a cup of strong drink that will have the people who have set siege to Judah and Jerusalem staggering in a drunken stupor. Watch for this. I'm about to turn Jerusalem into a cup of strong drink that will have the people who have set siege to Judah and Jerusalem staggering in a drunken stupor. On the big day, I'll turn Jerusalem into a huge stone blocking the way for everyone. All who try to lift it will rupture themselves. All the pagan nations will come together and try to get rid of it. On the big day, this is God speaking, I'll throw all the war horses into a crazed panic, and their riders along with them. But I'll keep my eye on Judah, watching out for her, at the same time that I make the enemy horses go blind. The families of Judah will then realize why our leaders are strong and able through God of the angel armies, their personal God. On the big day, I'll turn the families of Judah into something like a burning match in a tinder dry forest, like a fiercely flaming torch in a barn full of hay. They'll burn up everything and everyone in sight. People to the right, people to the left, while Jerusalem fills up with people moving in and moving themselves at home again in Jerusalem. I, God, will begin by restoring the common households of Judah, so that the glory of David's family and the leaders in Jerusalem won't overshadow the ordinary people of Judah. On the big day, I'll look after everyone who lives in Jerusalem, so that the lowliest, weakest person will be as glorious as David, and the family of David itself will be godlike, like the angel of God leading the people. On the big day, I'll make a clean sweep of all the godless nations that fought against Jerusalem. Next, I'll deal with the family of David and those who live in Jerusalem. I'll pour a spirit of grace and prayer over them. They'll then be able to recognize me as the one they so grievously had wounded that piercing spear thrust. And they'll weep. Oh, how they'll weep. Deep mourning as of a parent grieving the loss of a firstborn child. The lamentation in Jerusalem that will be massive, as famous as the lamentation over Hadad Rimmon on the fields of Megiddo. Everyone will weep and grieve, the land and everyone in it. The family of David off by itself, and their women off by themselves, and the family of Nathan off by itself, and their woman off by themselves, the family of Levi off by itself, and their women by themselves, the family of Shimei off by itself, and their women off by themselves, and all the rest of the families off by themselves, and their women off by themselves.